Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Just gonna give it another couple minutes here. We're in the office today, so it's busy. We have about 27 people registered, so I'm just gonna give it a couple minutes. For those of you who are on time, thank you.
Is it specific to a lister?
Sorry about that, guys. I was having trouble getting into the actual room. But I'm here.
Okay, glad we got that sorted out. Sorry about that.
I know. Yeah, I don't know what was happening.
It happens. They'll get easier as we do more of these.
Yep.
Okay, so Meg, do you wanna start it off?
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. This is so exciting. I see a lot of familiar faces and names here, so this is wonderful. Thank you for joining us this morning. Welcome to Elite Social Media webinar. So this is exciting. We have Tammy Hudson here today, which is just amazing. So a little bit of spiel about us and what we do here. We're Elite Marketing. For those of you who don't know in depth, we are a marketing company for real estate agents. So we have three different divisions here, one being social media, which we're going to learn all about today. We also have an in-house graphic design division and photography. So we are kind of that one stop for realtors. We are former realtors, so we get it. We know what you need. We know what your wants are, and we're here to help. Today we're having a social media webinar. So social media is one of the tools for real estate agents that is really becoming big in these, these COVID days and what we've all gone through in the last almost 2 years, right? So Tammy's here because she's going to be able to help us navigate our way through these platforms, which is amazing. So I'm not going to delay any longer. I'm going to introduce you to Tammy. Stay tuned. This is about an hour, I believe, Tammy.
Yeah.
Okay. We have giveaways at the end for everyone that is here joining us today. So don't forget to wait till the very end. We're going to be able to give you something tangible at the end here. Also some discounts. So without delay, Tammy, welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, so Tammy, she's your go-to girl for all social media, okay? And Tammy's been in this for 15 years, and her core belief is that if we focus on creating our presence, we can succeed in building notoriety on any platform, which is so important. Tammy's love affair started when she began exploring the effectiveness for her direct sale business, which then led her to launch her own career, teaching Facebook and managing social media accounts for others. Jen, do you mind just muting everybody if you can there? Also, when Tammy, she's not at work, she's escaping to the mountains, which I want to hear all about too, Tammy, with their camera in hand. And you just absconded from the GTA to live 4,000 feet up in a mountain. This is true? Yeah?
Yes, I live in a mountain.
I love it. Okay. Please tell us all about that. Tell us all about social media. We will be here. If you have questions, we're going to have a question and answer period at the end. But if you have something in the meantime that's really burning, please feel free to ask. I'll try and keep an eye out for that. Tammy, will you be sharing your screen as well?
Yeah. Yes.
Awesome.
Please.
So Jen's going to give you share there as well.
Awesome.
And here we go.
Awesome. So thank you for having me. I'm excited to be part of the Elite Marketing team. I'm a new addition here. And I'm excited. I just came on board like a couple of weeks ago, so it's pretty exciting. And yes, so I am originally from Nova Scotia, but I grew up in Ontario. And during the first and second lockdown, decided to pack up whatever we could fit in a vehicle. And we bought a studio condo in the mountains in the interior of BC. So I literally I'm completely surrounded by mountains. I live in a village. We're the only village up here. We're 4,000 feet up and it's really cool. Really, really cool. We're not skiers, but we love the skiing vibe, that type of community. So we're in the thick of it, right? We're right at the bottom of the ski hill. So it's really kind of cool. So, and no regrets. I have 2 children back in Ontario, but they've already been out for visits and they're both scheduled to come again. So I have no desire to go back to Ontario. Once you come here, you won't want to go back. It's so amazing. So we're going to talk social media. I have been using it a very long time. My forte is Facebook. However, I know all platforms. So we're going to talk about different things that can just give you an understanding of how social media works and why it's so important. We live now in a world that is more virtual than it was 2 years ago, and because of the COVID. So everybody's relying on social media to meet new people, get their faces out there, get some new clients and so forth. Now, when it comes to using social media, the biggest problem here is that everyone thinks they need to be on every platform. And what happens is you yourself trying to manage that, you're just going to go completely overwhelmed because it's too much, right? You spend more time focusing on that than doing anything else. So what I want you to do before you even start thinking is really sit down and look at what you're already doing and understand the different platforms and find your primary platform, find your secondary, and you might want to sprinkle in a third. But master your primary, know it, learn it, figure out the pros and cons of the platforms. When you can master a platform, you can truly use it to build a business successfully. Each platform has different demographics. Each platform has different key elements that you need to be doing as part of your marketing in order to get the visibility that that platform is going to provide you. So right off the bat, from a real estate standpoint, and I've worked with real estate owners for a long time. That's how Jen and I met. I did a training session for Jen quite a few years ago when she was in real estate. And I personally think that Facebook should be your #1 platform. Definitely, secondary, bring in your Instagram and then look at LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a platform that real estate agents aren't thinking about. And I really want you to think about LinkedIn because 2 things. One, commercial real estate. If you're into commercial real estate, you should be using LinkedIn, right? You've got so many leads sitting in there. But at the same time, it's a lot of executives, it's a lot of upper management, and it's an age demographic is a little bit higher. So you're going to start seeing people who are reaching that point of retirement and being executives in management. They're either going to look at downsizing or buying a vacation home that they can escape to, whatever it might be. So that's a platform that I would encourage you to start looking at. And there's some key features in there that can also benefit you for building. So just keep that one in the back of your mind. I don't see a lot of real estate agents really using it to their advantage, okay? So when we're talking about social media, it is important to understand who's on which platforms, where your ideal client is. You're going to hear people tell you different things. Instagram, everyone believes that Instagram is the platform to be on as a #1 platform. The reality is the majority of the users is the younger generation. So if your market is not first-time buyers, I probably wouldn't put as much focus. It wouldn't be my full-time platform. I would probably be, depending on what your demographics are, okay? So if Facebook, it has the older generation in most cases. So that's where I would make that my primary, but I'd still want to be on Instagram and potentially sprinking into LinkedIn. So really just understand your market and know which platform. Now, everything that you're doing on social media is tracked by algorithms. So I'm going to do a share screen because I want to show you just a couple little things when we talk about, when we talk about algorithms. No matter what you guys do, the algorithms is the key to everything. And for those who don't know what an algorithm is, it's a built-in computer-coded system that all platforms have. And based on engagement will determine where your content gets seen. So the algorithm will measure you based on engagement. Algorithms are triggered by engagement. Engagement is a like, a comment, or a share. Now, rumor has it that the feature will still be available. However, rumor has it they're pulling it out of the algorithms. If that's the case, then the only things you're going to be, the algorithms are going to be in your favor for are for comments and shares. Now, how it works. So see this post here from Lisa, okay? And if I choose to engage on this post currently with a like or comment, it triggers the algorithms to say that Tammy is interested in what Lisa has posted. And it will keep tracking that. So the more I'm engaging with Lisa, the more her posts will show up in my feed. And this is with any platform, okay? So this is the key here. So if I'm engaging with her, the best way to do this is commenting, because most likely she's going to respond to my comment. She's either going to like it or she's going to give me an answer. You can be very strategic with this. So this is how you want to work. If the algorithms reward me for engagement, when I engage on people's posts, if they're engaging back with me, the algorithms looked at what they did and they're saying, oh, Lisa's interested in what Tammy has to say. They're going to push more of Tammy's content into Lisa's news feed. So how we use this strategically is we have a list of people who are key players in what we want to do to build our business, whether they're going to be a potential client, whether they're going to be someone who refers you, or whether they're going, they could be someone you're learning from. It could be maybe a new team member, because I know some real estate agents bring in team members. So you make this strategic list of who these people are, and now you're going to be strategically engaging with them. And you need to do this daily. Here's the thing with social media. When you understand which platforms are your main focus, you need to be consistent. You need to be engaging in many different elements. To just work one element in any platform will never give you the growth that you're hoping for. It just can't, because your algorithms will never be in your favor because there's not enough engagement going on. In order for the algorithms to push your content into more people's feeds, the more active you have to be. Now, when we talk about platforms like Facebook, algorithms and I'm going to use the word are rated in essence. It's the best way I can describe this, meaning they give priority to certain elements. Okay. So if I'm on Facebook, the algorithm's #1 priority, where it's going to give me the most exposure organically, is my personal timeline. No matter where else I am in the world of Facebook, if I'm not you need to figure out how to build your personal timeline and how to work it consistently, because the algorithms will push more of your personal content out than they will anything else you do. Your business page will suffer if you're not getting your content beyond your business page. And there's some elements you can do there to help you get it beyond. So the way the algorithms in Facebook work, priority is personal timelines. Then actually groups and business pages work a little bit differently, but groups tend to get a fair amount of algorithm looking at them. That's not how I want to word this. Facebook's putting more emphasis on groups. They're giving more options inside groups. They're making it more about a community. So because they're giving more emphasis there, the algorithms are going to be beneficial there. Okay, so what you want to do, here's some keys, elements that you can do to help as well control your time. And whether you're working any platform, you want to find time-saving tips, because this is a lot of work to do to build. To just try to work one element is just not going to do it for you. Okay, guys? So as I'm going through my feed and I see people's elements, so this is a group that I was invited to for a party. Let's say I've decided I do not wish to see this anymore in my feed. It's not going to be valuable to me from a building standpoint. I can just click the 3 dots next to the post and I can choose to unfollow, and there'll be a couple of options in here. So I can actually unfollow, I can hide the post, I can start generating a timeline or news feed that is catered to the way I want to build my business. Who do I want to see in my feed? So it's really important that when you're working with algorithms, you take advantage of where they're going to give you credit. The one element that will give you the biggest bang for your buck is the share feature. Now, the problem here is, this is another thing that people don't realize when it comes to algorithms. Algorithms do not reward business pages. They reward people. Which means if I was to share a post, so I'm going to go to my business page and show you this way. I can show you how to fix it. So I'm going to go to my business page, and please, if you happen to look me up on Facebook, I don't follow my own rules anymore because I've already built my business. So no criticism allowed. I guess that's the word. If you don't see that I'm consistent. All right. So what I want to show you, if I wanted to get this post out further, this is my business page, and I want this post to be seen by more people. Okay. The only way I can do this is getting the algorithms to push it out for me. But right now, all the algorithm did when I published this was originally they pushed it out to about 1% of my following. This is why when you guys are looking at your numbers, number of people reached, this is the key number here to monitoring. The engagements drive this people reached number up. Every time you get an engagement, the algorithm will push your post into more news feeds. Okay. Now, in order to get this number to increase, if the algorithm is only going to give me 1% to start off organically, I need to get more visibility. So by sharing your posts into a variety of different groups throughout the week, please don't be spammers. Once a week in a group is sufficient. But if you were to share your post, even if you shared it onto your personal timeline and then you put it into 4 groups, 5 shares, you'll notice this number here, number of people reached, will increase considerably compared to what you're used to. But the trick is, if right now I click the share button to go and share it, you're going to see when it says share to group, the only groups it's going to allow me to share in are the groups that I've joined as my business page. It will not show me any other groups that Tammy has joined. When I go and share it this way, the algorithm doesn't give you credit when you share it as your business page. So this is what you want to do to get credit. You're going to see at the top of your page, under your cover photo, you'll have to the left. I don't know if you can see it. It might be under the little zoom box, but you're going to see a little profile picture to the right underneath the cover photo. When you click on it, you have an option to change it to your personal name. So when I change it to my personal name, I'm now considered a person. I'm no longer the business page. I'm no longer the admin. I'm just a person. And now when I go down to hit the share button, I get a ton of options that I didn't have before because business pages can only share to certain elements. Now I can share it on my news feed. I can send it in a message. I can share it on a friend's profile. When I hit share to group, now you will see all the different groups that Tammy has access to, and I'll be able to share it into those groups. If you can do that, literally, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't notice the chat button, guys, sorry. I don't think I need anything there, okay. If there's one thing I can give you to do as something that's a regular process, go and share your posts into a variety of different groups. Okay, even if you did it 3 days a week, try to do 3 to 4 shares each time. You will start to notice the difference in your numbers. The algorithms will be in your favor. Okay. Any questions on understanding algorithms? It's so important with all platforms because that is your key element. If the algorithms are not working in your favor, you are not going to be seen. It doesn't matter. So you need to be consistent. You need to be constantly doing things. Keep the algorithms noticing Tammy, 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 Tammy. I want them constantly picking up that Tammy is active. Tammy is doing something, engaging, posting, commenting, anything. And anything you do in a public environment is an advantage to you. They'll also, anything in a public environment can show up in Google. So remember, business pages are public. So if you're engaging on other people's business pages, their posts, that will help you as well because they're public. Okay. Okay. So let's talk now about video. When it comes to algorithm, they have certain elements that they put into priority of how they're going to push you out. And this will apply again with all platforms. Number 1, video. No doubts. If you're comfortable doing live is number 1. Okay, then recorded video, but they're almost the same. So if you don't want to do live videos, then go with recorded. And if you're not comfortable doing recorded, we have staff in-house that can work with you in getting your videos up and running for you, right? To work with you in developing them and so forth. So keep that in the back of your mind. A lot of people aren't comfortable doing video, but video is huge. So a couple of things. When it comes to video, you can use them in all platforms, okay? So Instagram is big for Reels. Really big for Reels, and they're great for brand awareness. This is where you really want to showcase who you are. Who's Linda, right? Who's Megan? You know, who are you people, right? Showcase your audience who you are. Quick little videos that you do when you're out meeting with a potential buyer, or when you're, getting a house ready for sale, or you're meeting with a community member. Take a picture, take a selfie with them, write a post or do a video. Sorry, we were talking video and I flipped into photos because both elements can be done both ways. So you want to always think, when can I take a video? It doesn't have to be long. Here's the thing, when it comes to doing Reels, I mean, they only have to be, I was looking it up just to confirm numbers. They only have to be 15 seconds long. So they can be quick little fun little Reels that brand you, but you really want to think about doing, maybe 1 to 2 minute videos as well that you can use on your LinkedIn and into your Facebook. The algorithms will always give you a priority if you do a video. Plain and simple. So you need to get more content out there in that form, but showcase who you are. This is the part So I've worked with a lot of real estate agents. I've seen a lot of content. And the one element that seems to be missing is that real estate agents aren't selling the community. We focus more on selling the house. So you'd have opportunities to go out in the community and meet some of the local business owners. You can go and shoot videos of the local parks and schools and recreation and activities. Where can people go? What parks do you, are you on the waterfront, right? Go down there. You know, where can I go and have a romantic dinner? Where can I go and take my family? Is there indoor playgrounds? All these different elements that make up your community. Take different videos, take selfies, and then go and use that into your content and tag either the company, the business name, or even the people. It will give you more exposure when you utilize the tagging feature. Okay, so if Linda and I decide, you know, I run a restaurant in town and Linda comes in and she has a night, you know, she knows me, she's a regular, and she says, I would love to do a quick little interview with you and find out why you love this community so much and what made you open up your restaurant. And then when I go, Linda goes and posts it, she's going to tag Tammy Hudgen and she's going to tag the name of my restaurant. And that's going to get me more visibility with Tammy's. So it's going to get Linda more visibility with Tammy's following. So it's very strategic. You can play off of other people, right? So video is really important. Using them as your reels. Here's the cool thing. When you upload a reel in Instagram, it will give you an option to have an excerpt of what you wrote and a small clip of your video put into your feed. So you're getting double whammy. It's going into reels, but it's also coming out into feeds. So keep that in the back of your mind and try to do, if you could, like 2 reels per week until you get quite comfortable. You could start building that up. At the same time, stories on Instagram is important. So you could even filter those videos through a story as well. And when you do any content on Instagram, you do a post. Once the post is published, if you go to the post, there's a little airplane, paper airplane icon underneath the post. If you click it, it will give you an option to share that post into your story. So you don't have to do separate content. You can do one post and then share it into your story. So you're getting double hit with that. So utilize the reels and the stories in Instagram because the algorithms are in your favor when you use those features. And then here's a cool thing with video. And this will tie in perfectly with leading into talking quickly as well about ads. I want to talk about that for a minute too. So here's the thing. We know that video is the number one element in anything that you do on social media. So if I wanted to run an ad campaign, let's say I'm looking for new buyers. We're going to go buyers because we know that right now there's a ton of, oh no, I think it's the other way. You've got buyers, not sellers right now. I think that's the way the market is right now, right? So you need to find sellers. So you decide to run an ad. Before jumping in and just doing an ad, this is how video can come into play for you. What I would say to you is to do up 3 different styles of video between 1 to 2 minutes long. The first video, introducing yourself. Who am I? What do I love about my job? What are my hobbies? You know, just something quick. You post it on your business page and then you boost it for about 20 bucks. Okay. Boost it for like 7 days, 20 bucks. Second video, offer them some education. So give them a tip of some sort, teach them something. If your market, if you know your ad campaign is going to be targeting sellers, then you're doing a tip video for sellers. So you might want to talk about the importance of staging and give them some ideas of what they can do to just clean up their space. That's your second video. Post it on your business page, boost it for 20 bucks. Third video, go in for more of a fun style. You know, maybe you treat it as educational. Maybe it's, let's see, talking about, you know, how the market's doing. Maybe you do talk about the market. People are really curious. They know that, you know, like where I am, I bought this condo fully furnished August 13th of we've been here just over a year. We paid 89,000. It is now listing for 170. So in just over a year, we've almost made our entire money back. So weird. So market is really interesting right now. So maybe the third video talks about that. Post it on your business page, boost it for 20 bucks. Okay. All right. You've got the 3 videos. They've been boosted. When you go to do your ad campaign, here's the trick that most people don't realize. You can now go in the ad, when you're creating your demographics, you can ask them to target anyone who watched certain videos on your business page. So if you've got people already watching the videos, why not target them again through your ad, right? Instead of going blind, instead of going, well, I don't know who's going to be interested in this ad. This way you're setting it up for at least some success from the front end. So now I can go into my demographics. I can target anyone who watched this video, this video, this video, this video. And then I can say to Facebook, which will also apply to Instagram, because you run your ads, you can run your ads, excuse me, for both platforms through Facebook. Oh my God, I just forgot what I was going to say. Oh my God, Linda's laughing at me over there. Oh my God. Oh yeah, so when I select that demographic, Facebook will allow me then to choose for them to create a custom
Audience.
a lookalike audience. Thank you, Hannah. So it will take those people that you're already targeting that have watched your video, and it will duplicate them. It will do what it can to find other people who fit the same demographics, and it will bring in more people for you. Ads can be very difficult when running them. There's a lot of key elements when doing ads if you really want to get out there. 2 things. Okay. Sorry. You have boosted posts and you have sponsored ads. Boosted post is when you have a post you've done on your business page and you boost it to get more visibility. If I want to invest truly in ads, I'm going to do sponsored ads. These are not run off your business page. They're through your personal ad account in essence. But what happens here when you're creating a sponsored ad, you're given much more opportunity and you get to custom create this ad. So I always encourage you, boosting a post, I will only boost posts when I just want to get more exposure on that. I will not, if I'm specifically doing an ad campaign, I run it through sponsored ads. Now, when I do that, I'm given like, I don't know, I think it's 10 or 12 different types of strategy options I can choose. So here's a cool one, lead ads. If you've never, ever tried a lead ad, I recommend, even if you invest 20 bucks just to test it, it's a built-in lead form in Facebook. And when people click on your ad, this lead form will pop up. They fill it out with whatever you've asked them to fill it out with. At the end, there's even a button you can put to send them somewhere. So you could send them to your website, you could have them send you a message, whatever. But Facebook stores that information. You can ask for names and email addresses, phone numbers, whatever you want to ask for. And they put it into a downloadable Excel or CSV file for you. So now you can download those leads and you can reach out. So if you consider doing a lead ad, I would recommend doing it by offering a free download. Give them something free. So come up with tips to preparing your home to sell, for example. If you can turn it use visuals inside so you can spread the content out, make it into, a 2-3 page PDF. So it looks like they're getting a lot for free. Okay. But just spread your content out, make your fonts bigger, add visuals to showcase things like that. And you can create a lead form that they store that free download on your website, that when they go to click to download it, they also have to sign up there and it gets them onto your email distribution list. So lead ads are really cool. Try one, but here's the trick. There's a couple tricks, but this is one of my key ones. When we go and run ads, nobody thinks about when the ad is running, when it's going to be pushed into news feeds. Nobody ever even thinks of that. So what happens is you go in and you say, okay, I'm going to spend $50 on this ad. I want to run it from November 1st to November 30th. Let's go. Boom, done. What happens is you're competing in a really massive pool of people who are fighting for ad space, and we're never going to invest the kind of money to compete at that level. There's companies just investing ridiculous amounts of money on a monthly basis. So you have a small percentage of being seen, and I mean a really small percentage. So when we do our ads, we just let it go and don't think about it. Do you know your ads could be going out in the middle of the night when people are sleeping? So then they're not even seeing it. So here's a trick for you. You can't do this on boosted posts, I don't think. I'd have to double check that. But when you go into select your budget, it automatically is defaulted to a daily budget, and you type in how much you want to spend daily. But if you click on where it says daily budget, there's another option there called lifetime budget. Lifetime budget just says, how much do I want to spend in total for this ad? So I want to spend $50 on this ad, and I want to run it for 30 days. Facebook will figure out how to split that $50 up for me the best way possible. But as soon as I choose lifetime budget, I have another thing, and it's called run ads on a schedule. This will pop up once you choose lifetime budget, and you can go in and select specifically the days of the week by hour of when your ads should be shown to people. So now you can select it so that your ads do not go out in the middle of the night. You can have your ads in essence pause at 12:01 a.m. and not come back up until 6 a.m. the next morning. So now all of a sudden my $50 is going to get me more visibility than if I just left it, right? Because that money is not going to be wasted during the night. So keep that in mind when you're creating ads. Ads can be a wonderful tool if you use them correctly. And again, video is great for ads. The secondary one to do for ads is carousel. So there's always tricks to the trade, right? So we know that in order for algorithms to work in my favor and to work organically, I have to have engagement. Well, if on an ad or even on a post, I did more than one photo, they would need to click on each photo to go through them. Each click is considered engagement because they did an activity. So the algorithms will start working even better in your favor. So I tend to do more carousel ads than anything. And what I love about carousel ads, meaning I can upload, it's a maximum 10 photos, 10 cards. So when you upload the photo, what's for each card, what's cool is there's an option to write a headline. So based on that photo, you can have an eye-catching headline just for that card. The next photo in your carousel card, you can write a different headline, and then you have your main text. So great way to kind of build a carousel that has a message, right, from start to finish, because the headlines would guide you through that. Okay, so ads can be very beneficial to you. Something that you might want to look into adding to your budget. Personally, for me, I don't do any ads for myself. I haven't run an ad for myself in years. And when I did, I only would spend, I could tell you I probably spent a total of $1,000 in my lifetime on myself. But I have clients, we do them regularly, and then I have clients, we just do one-offs. But it's not, you don't have to do ads. Keep that in mind, okay, guys? You don't have to do ads. I do recommend when you have a listing for sale, though, just go to that listing on your business page when you post it and just boost it for 20 bucks. You'll be surprised at what 20 bucks on a boost will get you. So at least on a listing, you can get more visibility, and those numbers you can show to your clients. I have a real estate lady I work with, and we show the numbers. That's how we justify the visibility that she's giving them. Here's the thing. If your client asks you for stats and you're looking at your business page going, oh my God, this post only got like 100 people reached, you're not going to want to show your client that. Okay. So investing $20 will at least get your post on something like that. You might hit about 2,000 people. That's a better number to show your clients so that they believe you are working for them. We live in a world, stats are important. So that's another way that at least, invest, and the $20 will get you great exposure in your area. Now, be careful, you guys are real estate agents. When you're doing ads, you must choose special ads category. You will see that, and you must choose housing. If you do not, your ad will be rejected. So you must, anytime you're selling anything or doing any ads that talk about real estate of any sort, even if you have the word house in it, some cases it'll get flagged. You've got to mark it on your ad. Now, the problem with that is now you're restricted. You cannot choose your demographics, sadly. Okay, Facebook will do that by default. They will determine this was a security privacy issue. Hence, now as real estate agents, you guys don't get the flexibility on choosing your demographics, unfortunately. Okay, so keep that in mind. You're very restricted. Now, when we talk about, I want to lead into content. Oh, perfect. This is great. So content, where do I start with content? Okay. The biggest thing I can tell you guys is the more content that you utilize that's about you, the better. If I am sitting on whichever social media platform, and I'll use Facebook, if I'm sitting on Facebook and I am looking for a real estate agent, if I don't know you, I don't see you, I don't know your success, I don't know that you're working with customers, I don't know that you've got listings, then you don't exist to me, right? I can't find you. I don't see you. You're not doing anything out there. Okay. So it's important that beyond your business page, that you bring more of you out there. You need to start working your personal timeline. So when we talk about content, and we're talking about content, when I give you some examples, this will apply to any platform you're going to use. I'm just going to give you a bunch of ideas of what type of content. But the reality is you need to be thinking about how you use your personal timeline on Facebook with some of this content and getting your face out there. Here's a little test you can do over the next week. When you check your news feed on Facebook, as you're you're sitting there and you're taking 10 minutes to catch up. When you stop and look at something, I want you to write down why you stopped on that specific post. And I want you to do that for a week. At the end of the week, I want you to look at your list and I want you to find the common factors. What was common about all of these posts that got you to stop? In a lot of cases, it's usually the visual. And it's usually a visual of us. We all know that if we see a picture of someone we know show up in our feed, very rare, very, very rare do we scroll on by. We usually stop and we usually respond. So if that's the case, the more visuals you can use of yourself, the better. The more you can talk about, there's strategic ways you can talk about success. You can, on a Friday, you could look back over your calendar for the week, or not, look over what you accomplished in the week. And you could do a post saying, excited, it's the weekend. I'm looking forward to taking a couple hours for myself this weekend. And as I looked over the past week, I realized my success this week was, I took a social media training session and I've already started to apply the things that I've learned. What you've done there is you've showcased a few things to the audience. One, that you're learning. Two, right? By you learning, it's in the best interest of your clients. So my client's going to I'm going to look at you and go, oh, look, she's learning to better herself. That's a positive, right? So you want to talk about where your success is. Talk about what you're doing. For example, on a Monday, pull out your calendar for the week, and you can write a status on your personal that says, welcome to Monday. I got a full week ahead of me. I'm excited though, because I'm meeting with, 2 new potential buyers. I've got to do some follow up with some of my past buyers. I want to make sure everything's good with them. I'm scheduling myself to do a training session on this. So you kind of outline your week in essence. And what you've done is strategically told people the elements that make up your business without directly selling to them. So now when people look at or read your post, instantly how they read changes. Their mindset changes. They don't start reading it and going, there she's selling again. Sell, sell, sell. They're saying, oh my God, I didn't know she did that. That's pretty cool that she does that for her clients. So you see how you can change the mindset of people by how you write. So you need to talk about things like that. Now, when we talk about content from a business standpoint, think of ideas. I gave you ideas before about going out into the community and interviewing different people, but talk about, the different events that are coming up in the community that you serve. Talk about who are those people in the community that stand out. There's always volunteers in the community that, give so much back. Why not recognize them? Go meet them. Go shake their hand and say thank you to them. And while you're at it, say, can you share a few words of wisdom with me? But you also want to talk about, tips for staging, decorating, landscape, real estate stats, what's happening in the market, advise people. Also think about trying to rewrite things from your perspective instead of always just a copy and paste. When you go and you pull out the stats and we do a copy and paste, and here's, last month's real estate stats, think about adding your thoughts to it to get conversation going. Ask a question, get conversation going. The more you get conversation going, the more the algorithms will keep pushing stuff out to you. Pushing stuff out to who you are trying to target. Because if you're strategic on who you're engaging with, that's who's going to start seeing your stuff, because they're going to respond to you. You've noticed that. You'll probably, and Facebook, even Instagram and LinkedIn, they'll filter some other people's content into your feed. It's almost like this reminder without them telling you. They'll be like, hey, you haven't seen any of her stuff for a while, and you two used to talk to each other, kind of thing. Everyone you communicate through Messenger, you'll start to notice if you're very active with someone. So if Anna and I are having, over the next week, we have, a daily conversation, she's going to start seeing more of my stuff in her feed. So remember, every element is connected. So content is key. What you put out there, showcase how you are different than the real estate agent who's sitting beside you. Be different. Your branding has to be in there. You have to look at doing, it's really important. If you're going to use LinkedIn, LinkedIn is professional. So very different visuals, very different style of video, right? You can bring the personal into it, but to only a certain degree, right? Because it is so business. So you still need to carry out that professional side of you, and you still need to sprinkle in, or not sprinkle in, you still need to have the professional side of you showing up on Facebook. But if you want algorithms to work for you, you need to sprinkle in who you are. Who's Marga, right? Who's Vanessa? How do I know who you are? Because if I'm searching for a real estate agent in your area, and I type in Facebook, real estate agent Durham region, it's going to bring me up the ones, first off, it's going to bring me up anyone who I'm already following. Okay. But if I'm not following anyone, it's going to bring up the most active pages first, and it's going to bring up the ones that are closest to me by geography. Okay. So if you want to be seen more, you need to be more active. Okay. use some humor. You can create some funny memes around the real estate industry. I don't know, I'm going to guess, but I'm making an assumption that you guys follow the lighter side of real estate. I'm not sure if you've heard of them. They have a website, but you can also find them on social media. They are fantastic about allowing you to use their content, and they create funny jokes and videos and all this kind of stuff. So go check them out, the lighter side of real estate. You can find some fun stuff to incorporate into your marketing. Add in your quotes, motivational, and even better, write your own quotes based on your experience, your knowledge, and it doesn't have to be around real estate, just your life experiences. Write your thoughts about what's going on in the moment, make a quote out of it, and ask people their thoughts. Always do what you can to ask questions, okay? That will help you as well. Brand is important. If you're going to do where you're promoting your real estate listings and you're doing sales style posts, anything that's very specific to your business, then I tell you to incorporate your brand. It's really important that people get to know your brand. People remember brand before they remember names, right? They get used to, and I think that's just a natural ability for us, right? You get so familiar with colors and things like that. That's how we recognize people. Most people don't remember business names, but they'll remember your name. So what does your business page say? Think about the name of your business page. If I don't know what company you work for, I know you're a real estate agent, but I only know your first name. How do I find you? Those are the things you need to ask yourself. If you're out in a grocery store and you're having a conversation with someone and it works out really well and they want to get a hold of you and say, find me on Facebook, how are they finding you? So everything I physically do is in the name of Tammy Hudgen. Literally everything, every platform I have, my website, my emails. If you Google me, have you ever Googled yourself? Now, if you don't have a common name, this will work wonderful. If you have a common name, it'll be a little bit harder, but Google yourself. So you understand, this is a really cool lesson. When you Google yourself, you'll start to see what content is showing up in Google. And then you start understanding, oh, I need to be more active here because it's showing up in Google. The more you can, right? The more you do, the more you get pushed up. I take up 7 pages of Google. If you Google my name, and I have a unique name, my last name, my married name is unique. Actually, my maiden name is unique. So I'm very fortunate when I type in, a lot of my content is there. I'm not competing for space. So I encourage you to Google yourself just so that you can see what content actually shows up in Google. And that will help you in guiding you. When you have opportunities, guys, here's another thing that will work well for you. You know your stuff. This is why you're in the industry. This is why you're a real estate agent. Find podcasts, find different groups that do weekly lives where they interview people. Find monthly networking groups that meet virtually and are always looking for speakers. Develop 3 different speaking packages in essence and it's all tips, it's all education. You're going to teach the audience something. It's not about selling, it's just teaching. When you do that, you'll start to see those elements come up in Google, because what happens is most people set up Eventbrite or they store it on their website where the event is, and those are all public. So when you Google it, now people start to see everywhere that you had opportunities to speak at, and they're like, oh, I didn't know she spoke. Like, how many things did she spoke at? I'm going to reach out to her. So Google yourself. It's just really cool. And or Google me, if you Google me, at least you can see the different elements I've done over the years and how that content's coming into Google. Okay. And that will help guide you on other ideas of content or places that you can be seen to get more visibility. Any questions? There's a ton more. Trust me, you have no idea. This is just, you have no idea. Emma, what mountain are you living on? I'm living in Panorama Mountain Village, and our main mountain is Paradox Peak. So thank you, Emma. Yeah, So any other questions, guys? So like I said, this was just, we wanted to give you guys an opportunity to learn some elements that could help you moving forward. Please know we are here for you. We offer a variety of packages depending on what elements you even want to outsource. Some of the stuff you'll want to do yourself. You know, it's really difficult. I'll be honest, guys, it's really difficult to outsource the personal side of your business. That's really difficult. People really can't, you know, to hire someone and say, manage my personal timeline for me, that's really difficult because they really can't be you. So that element is something that you really have to commit to doing. And it's a daily process. Even if you guys, even if half an hour a day you spent making sure you got a post out on your personal and you did engagement through your news feed, even if you did a half an hour a day, you'll be surprised at the difference it will make for your personal timeline. If I can utilize my personal to build my business, and be warned, Facebook has rules around that. So I'm very strategic how I use my personal so that I'm not looking like I'm selling. Okay, you need to be strategic. Facebook has rules around how we sell on a personal timeline. But anyways, just know that Elite Marketing is here for you, even for a conversation to see what elements we might be able to, because well, Megan might tell you which elements we do, but yeah. Okay, so I think I'm done.
Thank you so much, Tammy.
Thank you.
I know it's so much information. I'm even, you know, it's a lot. It's a lot.
It is.
And for me, social media before this was always just looking to see what everybody else was up to.
Well, and that's what's happened though. So I've been training for years. And one of the biggest things I hear is people say, but I use my personal just for personal. So people haven't really thought about how to use it as a marketing tool.
Right.
And I'm going to say this to you guys. Do you want to build your business? If you say yes to me, then change your mindset on how you use your personal. Because I can guarantee you your personal will always get you the most visibility. I had one post I had over 600 likes on it on my personal timeline. And I went, are you kidding me? If I had known that, I would have posted it on my business page and then shared it onto my timeline. Because it would have drove that, right? It would have drove the traffic to my business page. But sometimes I don't think that a post is going to go so well.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's always, you always think too, people are more interested in your personal life than they are in your business life. Right?
Well, it depends. Well, yeah. So, and it also depends on how you're building that friends list. So, you know, majority of mine is mostly business owners, which is awesome. Right. But here's cool. So you can also, just as a side note, you can use set up custom friends lists that allow you to set privacies. Yes. So if I did a post and I only want, let's say I only want my kids to see it, for example, I can change the privacy on that post from friends to a custom list and select my kids, and nobody else will see that. So if you want to, in essence, keep those elements separate, where certain posts are only being seen by certain people, you can do that and you'll see the tab when you're on your home tab on Facebook, down the left under the See More, there's a tab in there called Friend Lists. If you click on that, you'll see what happens. There's an option in there to create different lists, and then you can cater your privacy settings with those type of posts. So that's how you can start to manage where you keep it separate, but still taking the advantage of the algorithms.
Got it. Smart.
Mm-hmm.
Smart. Okay. I know, take a breath. So much information.
I know. So much more to tell you. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I'm going to just share here quick again, because we have we actually have something that we're going to send out to everybody that's on our webinar today. Just quickly, like Tammy mentioned, we do have a bunch of packages, but every agent is different. Okay, so any questions that you have on how we can help, call us, call me. I have our office phone number here, email, our website. Just reach out. Even if you want to, have a chat with Tammy. just to discuss, wow, what am I doing? What do I need? Before you commit to anything, we can do that, right? We're also offering 20% off your first month's social media management with us, okay? So keep this Elite Social 20 code. Take our information down and reach out. I know it seems so overwhelming. I'm still overwhelmed with the whole social media thing, but I'm learning.
We didn't even touch it really,
Yeah.
sadly, right?
I believe
Are you gonna show the freebie? Do you have that?
Jen, do we have that freebie?
Yes, we do. I can pull it up, but
I
we'll
don't know
just
if you-
tell everybody what it is and then
Okay,
send
I'll
it out.
explain what it is. Yeah, sure. Okay, so what I did, guys, as a freebie, to thank you guys for being here today, I created what is it, 25 posts, because I didn't do weekends. I did a little calendar for you. It has Monday to Friday, and I did it to cover 5 weeks, just in case that a specific month has that. In each one, I gave you some very specific ideas of content. So, and at the bottom, I've got some additional notes for you because I sprinkled in, I tried to give a hashtag to make it even more fun to go with each post, but you'll get that free, and it gives you content that you can just keep doing. You only need that one sheet, and you can just keep redoing the content, because once you see what I put in there for suggestions, you'll understand that one suggestion could be 20 different posts. So enjoy that. If you have any questions about it or need clarification on what I wrote in that, just reach out to me. I'd be happy to explain it. So yeah, you'll have enough. It'll get you every month, month after month after month, if you want.
So what we're going to do here is I have everybody's email address when you registered. So I'll send out an email with the recording of this webinar because it's a lot of information, plus this freebie, plus a reminder of the 20% discount. And it'll have my information, the office information, and Tammy's information as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Happy Friday, and enjoy your weekend, Jen.
Oh, thanks. I just want to thank everyone for coming. It was so nice to see you all.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
All right, have a fabulous weekend.